The year of our Lord 1364. I have been called to Carcassonne by the head of the Holy Inquisition, Father Vinet. I received his letter in Avignon. He asked me to come urgently, but did not explain why. I left my few belongings in one of the cells reserved for the brothers. It seems that something is missing. The statue has a number of slots as big as a stone. Father Vinet's study. A thick-set guard with many scars. He looks very much like a vulgar mercenary. On his arm, he wears a pendant with a strange symbol. My name is Nicolas Eymerich. Abbot Vinet is expecting me.
Father Vinet, Father Nicolas Eymerich is here. You may enter, Father Eymerich.
A preciously crafted crucifix. I have no need of such things. The Lord is with me always. A closed casket. A statue of Mary. May the Virgin assist me in my work. An hourglass. Father Jean Vinet, Prior of Carcassonne. A man with a devious eye and an able tongue. Better not to get tangled in his words.
So, you are Nicolas Eymerich. It is a pleasure to meet you in person, even if your fame as an inquisitor precedes you.
You're surely aware that I've not been Inquisitor General of Aragon for some years.
Of course. I well know that you have resided in Avignon for some time. Indeed, it was Pope Urban who holds you in the highest esteem, who sent me the first chapters of your Directorium Inquisitorum. A truly comprehensive and learned work.
Forgive me, Father Abbot, but I know well the contents of my work. I would rather know the reason for my being summoned here.
You are no doubt a worthy inquisitor, But you are also very impatient. However, you are right. Let us move on to more serious matters. Have you heard of Calcares?
Yes. I believe it is an abbey a few days' journey from here. But I have never been there.
Well, that is where you must go. The abbey belongs to the Cistercians, but they have not been able to spread the faith among the people. Indeed, as far as I know, the wretched village of Calcares is lacking a spiritual guide, and it would appear that even its priest has abandoned the church. As the area was not immune to Catharian heresy, I sent a brother of some experience there. His task was to investigate and to bring true faith among the local people.
Then what? I don't think he should have much difficulty. Such heresy died with the crusade of Innocent III, and I personally took care to crush any final outbursts of that scourge.
And yet we have heard nothing from this brother. Your task is to trace him. And...
I beg your pardon, Father Vinet. But is it possible that here in Carcassonne you do not have an Inquisitor able to investigate a case like this? Was it really necessary to have me come from Avignon?
Your perplexity is justifiable, but I asked specifically for you to come, as you know the Inquisitor I sent to Calcares. It is Father Jacinto Corona from Valladolid.
Father Corona is certainly the most suitable person to entrust with the task, and I'm sure that you will soon have his news.
Really, Father Eymerich, the matter of this village must be resolved as soon as possible. I hope that I can count on you leaving immediately.
So, if I understand correctly, you fear that Father Corona is in danger, in the hands of menacing heretics, and that the village is revolting against the supreme power of the Church, scornful of the Holy Inquisition. So tell me, how long has Father Jacinto been in Calcares?
Since early September.
No more than a month. And since then you have heard nothing from the village. Do you not think that strange? These heretics will do anything to draw our attention. The guard I saw outside appears to be a vulgar mercenary. Is that how the Inquisition protects itself?
Father Eymerich, I appreciate your concern. However, you have nothing to fear. He is the bastard son of the impoverished Counts of Toulouse. His presence guarantees the loyalty of that which less than a century ago was a powerful dynasty.
If you are so convinced that there are Cathari hiding in Calcares, then I believe you should provide me with all the tools I require to fight the heresy. You must appoint me Inquisitor General, and invest me with full and unlimited powers of Inquisition throughout the region.
Your insolence surprises me. You know very well that such powers are a prerogative attributed directly to me by the Holy Father. You shall go as my emissary, investigate, and if, as I believe it is necessary, we shall establish a tribunal in Calcaris. I am tired of arguing with you, Father Eymerich. I have already asked you to leave. Now is the time.
Abbot Vinay asked me to go and find Father Jacinto Corona in the remote village of Calcaris. He left in early September, more than a month ago, but nothing has been heard of him since. Jacinto was sent to investigate the disappearance of a local priest, a Cistercian monk. Vinay wants me, without the powers of Inquisitor General, to go to the hellhole that is Calcaris, where the Cistercians have governed since ancient times. And I wonder why. I must find a stable and get myself a horse to ride to Calcaris. A bas-relief with a map of this wing of the Abbey. It will help me to find my way quicker. I will copy it into my notes. A strange stone. A strange stone. An ordinary pulley. A strange stone. A strange stone. A strange stone. A strange stone. A stick of no use to me. I'm not that old, damn you! It appears that once the staircase also ran in this direction. I am merely a secondary character. A saddle. By its wear, I can see it has been used by many horses and riders. This damned saddle has a broken strap. A man with a humble appearance and a rather dirty robe. It must be the stableman. Good man, my saddle is broken. Find me another one immediately. I must be on my way to Calcaris.
Calcaris? I wouldn't be so hasty to meet with the devil.
Devil, tell me what you have heard.
Some time ago, a tradesman passing through told me that the village of Calcaris is cursed. A demon infests the woods. It is a woman, with flames in her hair, drawn by 4 beasts.
How long has this story been going around here?
Since the early summer, Father.
So Father Corona was sent after the demoniacal presence was heard of.
What did you say, Father?
Nothing, my good man. Nothing your simple mind need worry about. And tell me, does Abbot Vinay know of these rumors?
Of course. Everyone here in Carcassonne knows.
How long will it take me to reach Calcares?
At least 3 days. You will have to change your mount along the way.
That would be a waste of time. It is not necessary. This nag will take me to my destination.
But it will surely die from the fatigue.
Amen. A chicken. Dead. Not flesh, but a strange material. Elastic. It may come in useful. What are you lazing around here for? Don't you have work to do? What are you looking at? Are you perhaps dumb? Speak!
Forgive him. He is not dumb, but has just seen a terrible vision. He saw the devil in the sky. He fears that he has been damned for his sins.
What devil? Make him talk. Before I am the one to punish him for the sins he evidently feels guilty of. Come now, tell me. Confess what you saw, and let me be the one to judge.
Forgive me, Magister, for what I have seen in the sky has terrified me. A demoniacal vision.
From over there?
Yes, Magister.
Tell me, isn't that where the village of Calcares lies?
Yes, Magister. It is indeed in that direction.
A vision in the sky. Come, tell me all that you saw.
A woman, huge, made of clouds and light. She rose up into the sky from down there.
Try to be more precise. What was this woman like? Describe her.
Beautiful. A proud gaze and splendid breasts and shapely legs.
I don't want to know how she awakened your shameful instincts. Mind well. Describe the details to me.
She had a quiver and a bow over her shoulder, and the moon shone brightly from her forehead. The pagan goddess Diana.
Silence! And forget the name that you have just spoken. What were you doing when you saw her?
I was cleaning. As you know, there are few bathrooms here, and everyone does their business in the corridors.
Breathe deeply.
But, Magister...
Do as I say! Let me smell your breath. You have not been drinking. You are sober. So you really did see her, I imagine. Very well. I understand. Do not mention this vision to anyone. And do not fear for your souls, because I absolve you of your sins.
God bless you, Magister.
Now, out of my sight. Leave me alone. I must pray. A merchant returning from Calcaris in early summer, before Vinay sent Corona on his mission, stayed here and told of a demon in the form of a woman with flames in her hair and drawn by 4 wild beasts. This story must certainly have reached Vinay's ears, who, however, sent Jacinto Corona not to investigate the demon, but to look for the missing priest. It is the librarian's cell. It is the door to my cell.
The end you deserve, horrid creature. The book with my notes on the different forms Satan takes. Here I can find out what demon the stableman was talking of. I could consult my notes, in which I recorded all the satanic apparitions I have come across. The golem. I had dealings with this way back in Montiel. Montiel Castle, before it was destroyed. The army of the undead, evoked by one of my greatest enemies of all time. The luminous discs in the sky. The horrors of Picatrix. The Sephirotic tree with the 10 Sephirats. The holy image of Hebrew metaphysics. From the apocalypse. Do not ask. Wolfmen fought in another time, in another place.
Pantera. Wolfmen fought in another time, in another place. Pantera. The so-called Magic Square. Those who followed the tracks of Saint Mauvais discovered the meaning. Do not ask. The beast of the earth, with the head of the beast of the air.
Done! I have managed to separate the pages and found what I was looking for. The devil appearing as a woman, drawn by 4 wild beasts and with flaming hair. It is Demeter, the fury of she, who, in search of her lost daughter, enters the kingdom of the dead. Demeter. I read of her many years ago, in a book that was as ancient as it was repugnant. Yes, now I remember. Homer described the infernal charioteer Demeter in the Eleusinian Mysteries, a forbidden book, which has not been seen since time immemorial. But here at Carcassonne, in the library, there is bound to be a copy. I must find Homer's book, and I will expose the abbot's sham.
I must have the vision of Diana and see whether the servant was dreaming or not.
Father Eymerich, are you still here?
I was waiting to hear from you about the demoniacal apparition that infects Calcaris.
Come, Father Eymerich. That is but the gossip of poor folk.
If that is so, then you have convinced me.
So you will leave?
Of course, but not before tomorrow. Now I have to rest. You do not object, surely?
You are not only insolent, but also very arrogant.
So, what can you tell me about the demoniacal apparition hanging over the village? Is this also the work of the Catherine?
Come on, Father Eymerich. You must know how it is in the country. You cannot expect pagan superstition to be completely eradicated among such ignorant people.
And what about the village priest? What do you know about him, Father Vinet? Was he too deemed a heretic? And if he was a Cathar, why would he abandon his function before the arrival of an Inquisitor?
Unfortunately, I know very little. He was not one of our brothers, but a Cistercian monk. He may have died of some disease or perished in an accident. We hear very little news from Calcaris, and what we do hear is of very little interest.
It seems that you picture some political motive behind all of this.
Charles V was only recently crowned King of France. However, as you know, Charles the Bad is against him. but can do little against the military power of Bertrand du Guesclin. The events at Calcares could be a symptom of skirmishing.
I was acquainted with the military skill of Bertrand de Guesclin years ago, during the siege of Montiel, indeed enough to doubt this theory. From a strategic stand, Calcares is totally insignificant. A demon, a disappearing monk, our brother we have no news of. How do you not smell the stench of Satan?
Father Eymerich, you well know the difficulties the great pontiff is facing in northern Italy after the excommunication of the Viscontis. We should surely not exclude that some of them are at work in Calcares, laying a trap for our Pope Urban V.
Anyone with an ounce of common sense would exclude it. The Viscontis are already laying down the law, in spite of Cardinal Albornoz, whose deeds to protect the Pope from Bologna are as light as his integrity. Calcares is of no importance whatsoever. You insist on denying it. And I wonder why. You mistake insolence for the cardinal virtue of prudence? How can you wish me to leave for the village without knowing what I am heading into?
I have told you already. I believe it is an outburst of the heretics. That village has always been rather isolated. It has very little contact with the outside world. Little passing trade. Now the time has surely come to investigate. Now go, Father Eymerich. I have nothing more to say to you.
I withdraw with pleasure. I need to think. And I invite you to do the same. It is locked. I don't wish to force it open. The author's name is Don Zauka. Will not open. It is a copy of the Antiphony. Pater!
E se poi te ne penti?
The librarian. His eyes betray a certain fervor. Clearly he is hiding something from me. Good day, brother. Are you in charge of the library?
As far as I am able. And you are?
Father Nicolas Eymerich of Girona, here at the will of our abbot.
May I help you?
You may indeed. It is surely wise of you to conserve only authorized texts. However, it seems to me that your library is rather modest to satisfy the needs of all our brothers.
Look around you. You will see that our library is not as poor as it may appear. However, the great plague of 1348 was merciless also on our community. Many of our brothers who so fervently pored over the sacred texts have since joined the Lord, and today, alas, increasingly few of them dedicate themselves to their studies with the required diligence.
And so, what do you do here? There seems to be little need for a librarian.
What would seem to you evidently does not match what the Father Prior believes. Not all truths are for all ears, and not all lies can be recognized as such to everyone. I alone, knowing which truths or lies the books hold within, have the authority to decide how, when, and whether to entrust them to those who ask, and maybe the importance of what I was doing when you arrived escaped you.
And what would that be?
I was copying the manuscripts we keep here. There are few of us left here in Carcassonne who are able to write, and the survival and spreading of knowledge and faith is in our hands.
I seek a codex, written in Greek. It goes by the title of the Homeric Hymns.
The Homeric hymns? You should know that there is no place for forbidden books in our libraries.
If the library is as well stocked as you say, may I ask if you possess Bernard Guy's Practica Inquisitionis Heretice Pravitatis?
The Practica Inquisitionis.
Of course. Maybe you are not familiar with it. It would seem rather odd. It is one of the most famous treatises on the prerogatives and tasks of the Inquisitor.
Of course. You are perhaps interested in the inquisitorial activities.
Ah, of course. You could certainly not have known. But for a long time I had a rather practical interest in such activities. In my capacity as Inquisitor General of the Kingdom of Aragon. But for the time being, I'm interested purely in the theory. Though we can never know what the Lord has in store for us.
I am sorry about the book you request. I do not think I can help you.
It appears there are none of Homer's works in this pathetic, poorly stocked library. Maybe the abbot knows something about it. Father Vinay's study. Father Vinay's study. I must speak with Father Prior.
Father Vinay must not be disturbed at present.
You don't understand. I urgently need to consult some books.
Have you looked in the library?
Of course.
But maybe not in the right one.
What do you mean? Tell me!
Talking is fatigue, and fatigue has a price.
You miserable dog!
Even dogs must eat, and above all, drink.
Your scars tell of your past battles. And considering your bastard lineage, you must surely be a mercenary.
Your wit is surprising, Father. Yes, I fought for our King Charles V in the ranks of General du Guesclin. You know him, brother?
I met du Guesclin in the past. Why are you no longer a soldier?
I was wounded in battle. Then my father pleaded for me. And now I am here. Easier than the battlefield, but not as much fun.
One such as you, protecting the pinnacle of the Inquisition? The Prior surprises me more and more.
Life is full of surprises. Don't you agree, Father?
Of course. Imagine the surprise of your father when he discovered he had impregnated the umpteenth serving wench and fathered the umpteenth bastard!
Watch out, brother. You're just an old man and unarmed.
I carry the most powerful of arms. My faith and the will of God. And the cloth I wear.
Oh, yes. Right you are, Father. I certainly don't intend to put my own life on the line by slaying a Dominican right here. Maybe another time. Another place.
A warrior like you does not seem suited to playing the role of a mere guard.
Oh, yes. Ha! How right you are, old man. Sometimes you could die of boredom here. But you don't risk your neck. It is true that there are few wenches to take advantage of, but on the other hand, there are plenty of novices.
I must have the vision of Diana and see whether the servant was dreaming or not. A headless statue, worn by time. Down there, in the midst of the clouds towards Calcaris. There is something, a fetid energy that generates demoniacal visions in those that look into it. But I can't see it. I can only feel it. It probably acts more effectively on simple minds. I need a catalyst, which allows my thoughts to open up to such evil prodigies. How can I? I remember a brother, whose name I shall not reveal, who composed a kind of talisman. He used it, or so he said, to evoke the spirits from the afterlife. Now I remember. I copied the shapes and pieces of the talisman into my notes before we punished the heresy of our brother at the stake. I must find them in my notes.
I could consult my notes, in which I recorded all the satanic apparitions I have come across.
The Sephirotic Tree with the 10 Sephirats. The holy image of Hebrew metaphysics. Here it is. I remembered well. This will be far from easy. The talisman is composed of ordinary natural elements that have a particular shape. A mushroom, a flower, an acorn, lichen, the leaf of a poisonous herb. I must find them and put them together to compose the talisman. Only in this way can I intercept the vision and understand the evil identity that lies behind it. There is a secret library here in Carcassonne. The entrance is hidden and protected by a key. The demon in the shape of a woman, drawn by 4 wild beasts and with her hair afire, is Demeter, the furious pagan goddess searching for her lost daughter, who enters the kingdom of the dead. I read of it in a Greek text, Homer's Eleusinian Mysteries, a forbidden book. Here in Carcassonne, in the library, there is bound to be a copy. Homer's book will allow me to expose the abbot's sham. A small wooden gate in a terrible state. get close enough to take the acorn. I must find another way. This point is perfect, right in the middle of the trees frequented by the tree rat. I will place the trap here. This flower. I think it could be useful for composing the catalyst. Will it help me to focus my spirit and to replicate the satanic miracle that takes the form of the goddess Diana? A headless statue, worn by time. A pot of mediocre value. Useful only to those with a passion for gardening or other pointless pastimes. It'd fallen off the statue. A flat stone, perfect for building a trap. A heavy stone, held up by a stick. And beneath it, some bait. A stick is useful for building a simple yet effective mousetrap. The end of the wooden beam encrusted with lichen. This strange mushroom will help to complete the catalyst I hope to use to replicate the vision of Diana. The end of the wooden beam encrusted with lichen. Down there, in the midst of the clouds towards Calcaris, there is something, a fetid energy that generates demoniacal visions in those that look into it. But I can't see it. I can only feel it. It probably acts more effectively on simple minds. I need a catalyst, which allows my thoughts to open up to such evil prodigies. How can I? I remember a brother, whose name I must... Down there, in the... But I can't see it. How can I? I remember... I must... I pulled off a few leaves. The lichen may help me to complete the catalyst. I hope it will help me to see Diana. Only a person as mad as a monkey from an island would come up with something so stupid! Strange piece of metal.
Scales for weighing the ingredients.
The kitchen knife. A walnut. An unrivaled delight for any rodent. Triangular piece of metal.
A closed hatch. Now I am not hungry.
Hexagonal piece of metal. A wineskin filled to the brim with mediocre wine. A cloth, filthy with dust and mouse droppings. This point is perfect, right in the middle of the trees frequented by the tree rat. I will place the trap here. The squirrel trap clearly needs a suitable bait to attract the friendly rodent. I don't need it. A piece of collapsed wall. Paradigm of the condition of abandonment in this part of Carcassonne.
I could consult my notes, in which I recorded all the satanic apparitions I have come across.
The trap is ready, but it is pointless while I am still standing here. The rodent will never come with me nearby. I have no reason to disturb him, and have to suffer his presence.
Now the tapestry is in the right place.
It is closed. I do not intend to disturb a brother who may be at prayer.
I don't like your Catalan accent.
This horse will do me. I will take it to Carcares. I need a saddle. Yours. A piece of collapsed wall. Paradigm. Here is the catalyst, completed, just as it was described. Let's see if it works. It is time to watch the sky over Calcaris. Get back, Satan! The plague! The plague! You carry the plague! Be damned! Get away! Go away! I, Nicolas Eymerich, of the Order of Saint Dominic, I order you to disappear! Evil! The plague! Down in Calcaris, there is the plague. I can feel it inside me. The same horrid feelings as before. When I was young and contracted the plague and survived. The plague. It has remained wrapped around my spirit. Deep down, the vision has reawakened my memory, but not the disease. It is passing. Passing. Over. In Calcaris, there is the plague, and someone or something wanted to let me know. I have thought about our first meeting, and I have come to apologize.
What do you mean?
Some time ago, a merchant came here from Calcaris. Tell me what you know.
You really must excuse me, but I have to ask you to leave. I must get on with my work.
It is rare to see such diligence in a brother. By the way, what is the sacred text that you are working on?
I am merely copying this antiphonary.
May I see the fruits of your skill?
You may see the original. The copy I am working on is still incomplete. You really must excuse me, but I have to ask you to leave. I must get on with my work.
The antiphonary the librarian is copying, and next to it on the table, a sheet full of notes. A note, written in indecipherable symbols. It cannot be done. I cannot decipher it. A note, written in indecipherable symbols.
A note, written in indecipherable symbols. I could consult my notes, in which I recorded all the satanic apparitions I have come across. I could consult my notes, in which I recorded all the satanic apparitions I have...
A servant saw a huge vision of the pagan goddess Diana in the sky, exactly towards Calcaris. In Calcaris there is a plague, and Diana, or any representation of Satan that she might be, has brought it. Vinay refuses to admit the presence of Satan in Calcaris, or that of the plague.
It is a copy of the antiphony. It is an ordinary antiphonary, but what are these strange codes on the sides? The antiphonary the librarian is copying, and next to it on the table, a sheet full of notes. A note, written in indecipherable symbols. A note, written in indecipherable symbols. The librarian's notes, with those strange symbols. I could use them to decipher the notes. The librarian's notes, with those strange symbols. I could use them to decipher notes. A note, written in indecipherable symbols. It cannot be done. I cannot decipher it. A note, written in indecipherable symbols. Numen inest. A quote from the pagan author Ovid. The librarian is hiding something from... It is certainly a long and tiring task. While you continue with your precious work, to apologize for the disturbance I have caused, allow me to tidy the room a little.
A rag used by the librarian to blot the ink while copying. It has fragments of reversed words and letters, as if written in a mirror. A rag used by the A rag used by the A rag used by the librarian. A rag used by the A rag A rag used by the librarian to
I don't know what I could use them for.
That's enough. I have collected all the scraps large enough to contain fragments of text.
I could consult my notes, in which I read.
A rag used by the librarian to blot the ink while copying. It has fragments of reversed words and letters, as if written in a mirror.
The window pane is so polished, it is almost a mirror. The letters impressed on the rags and reflected in the window become legible.
I have recomposed the writing. Consolamentum perfecti. The Cathar's rules. The librarian is a heretic. Absolve him? He deserves the stake! I know what you are writing in the book you guard so jealously. Blasphemy!
But what are you saying?
The consolamentum is the formula used by the Cathari to confirm their heretic faith. And your notes betray you as one of the so-called perfects, the blasphemous heart of your church! So, tell me, how long have you been part of the Catharian heresy?
How dare you? I don't know what you are talking about.
You know well! The Cathari identify Satan with the God of the Bible, creator of all matter. They harbor hatred for the true church, but above all for the body of man that holds hostage the animos, the wind, the spirit. This is the perverse meaning of your notes.
But...
You perfects are absolutely bound to tell the truth always, which forces you into complicated word games when questioned. Firstly, you told me to look around and appreciate the rich collection of books. But what in fact you meant was that if I looked for and found the secret library, I would comprehend the true consistency of the library here in Carcassonne.
But...
This is why you told me you could not help me when I asked for Bernard Guy's book. You in fact meant that you wouldn't be able to help me in my attempt to crush your false beliefs by way of that text. And now, when you said that you did not know what I meant about the Catharian heresy, you in fact meant that you did not consider yours to be a heresy. The prior was seeking out Cathari and Calcaris, and yet they are right here under his nose. I will report you, and the stake will free you of the body that you so detest.
No, please, I beg you.
Very well. So tell me where the secret library is. If you wonder how I know of the library, you should know that there are many things I know and that you do not. The Lord guides me and enlightens me.
But...
Tell me.
The library is at the end of the central corridor, beyond the staircase, hidden behind an altar depicting St. John with an eagle at his feet. But knowing where it is will do you little good. Without the key to open the door, not even I have free access to the library, and only Father Vinet knows where the key is hidden.
You live in ignorance. As I said, there are many things that I know, and that you do not. Be warned! If you won't give me the key now, the practices of the secular arm will surely convince you.
I don't have it! I swear! It's the truth!
And after torture, the stake!
I don't have it! I don't have it! Please, you must believe me!
Yes, I believe you. Your fear of death is stronger than your faith.
The librarian, still stunned by my blows. I had better ensure that he can do no more harm. I don't need it. I will rip off a piece. It may come in handy. Oh, the tapestry is ruined. What a shame.
The antiphonary the librarian was copying. The copy of the antiphonary the librarian was working on. Its words thick with heresy. This bastard's tongue is not long enough, but it is certainly forked and dispenses lies. A jewel with an imaginative effigy of Baphomet, the idol revered by the Knights Templar. That stinking beast of a guard is hiding something from me. Perhaps if he got drunk.
Here is your wine. Drown in it, you wretch.
Prosit! The Lord rewards you for your gift.
You vile blasphemer! Now tell me, what did you mean before? There is perhaps another library?
You are too curious. If you want me to talk, bring me more wine.
You blackguard! My wrath will annihilate you!
Oh, you scare me. But your anger will never quench my thirst, nor your curiosity. You are boring me.
Talk, you foul creature!
Talk is tiring. Better to sing.
You are playing with fire, I warn you!
Ibi nullus tim ex mortem, sed pro Bacco mittunt sortem. Primo pronumata vini ex hac bibunt libertini. Semelt bibunt pro captivis, pos hec bibunt ter pro vivis.
That's enough!
Non ies pro monachis dispersis, decies pro navigantibus, und decies pro discordantibus, duodecius pro penitentibus, trediecies pro iliter agentibus.
Some time ago, a merchant came here from Calcaris. Tell me what you know.
Nothing, Father. A big, fat nothing. Merchants from remote villages are the last of my worries.
What a charming song. The perfect accompaniment for the wine I have brought you.
Nonius pro monarchis dispersus. Decius pro navigantibus. Undecius pro discordantibus. Duodecius pro penitentibus. Tredicius pro iter agentibus.
Sing, sing, and drink. Go on.
Quater pro Christianis cunctis, quinquies pro fidelibus defunctis, sexies pro sororibus vanis septis, pro militibus Silvanis, octies pro fratribus perversi.
What a despicable beast. What a shame I cannot purify him at the stake. So, have you quenched your thirst?
A little water rusts your armor. Only wine is worthy of a soldier.
How is the wine?
Bah! I have drunk better. In taberna quando sumus non curamus, quid sit humus, sed ad ludum properamus, qui semper insudamus.
Are you feeling well? You have a strangely earthy color, like that of an unfaithful Saracen.
Saracen, that's a good one. You priests have always scorned knowledge that is older than your own. All of you, apart from the Knights Templar.
You have an interesting theory. I presume, therefore, that you are familiar with certain beliefs that the Crusades came across.
That's right, Father.
Some time ago, a merchant came here from Calcaris. Tell me what you know.
Nothing, Father. A big, fat nothing. Merchants from remote villages are the last of my worries.
Now tell me. I know there is another library, and that the key is hidden somewhere. or by someone.
Yes. Yes, there is. You are truly discerning.
And what is in the library?
Books. Books that a good monk like you should not read.
And where is the key to this library? Talk, you drunkard.
Certain confidences are precious, my dear Dominican, and are worth many gold coins. But bring me more wine, and this time drink with me. Laudetur Jesus Christus. It's terribly hot here. This filthy castle is getting even more muggy and stinking.
I am not the cook or the maid, and I am not here to cook. A closed drawer. I could find some more wine to give to the guard, or something else. There is something useful in this locked drawer. I have managed to break it. The drawer is open. A bottle. I say it contains the antidote. A bottle of poison. I could use this with I know who. The guard was hot and took off his helmet and cloak. The wine is starting to fog his filthy mind. That is an object of blasphemy. I would never dare. I see an excellently made statue of Saint Vitalis.
Are you blind, Father? That's not Saint Vitalis. Did you drink all the wine you did not bring to me? That's Baphomet.
Interesting. Tell me, who is it?
It is the symbol of the Knights Templar. The Templars that Philip the Fair wiped out because they had become too rich and powerful.
If I'm not mistaken, the Templars liked to kiss each other on the arse.
An initiation kiss to wake up the Kundalini snake.
You are well informed for a bastard mercenary. Well done. The Templars. Philip the Fair did well to eliminate them. The Order had fallen to the errors of heresy. Don't you agree?
Codswallop! The Templars had found the true compromise between the hypocritical Christian faith and the knowledge of the infidels.
You, for one, would not be willing to kiss the seat of your brothers, as the Templars did.
The Order of the Templars no longer exists, priest.
I thought as much. And you are ready to recant the tradition you inspire to follow. You certainly don't have the guts to kiss your idol.
You must be mad, old man. Do you want to see?
Ugh, truly disgusting. Congratulations. Seeing you do that turns my stomach.
Really? Then watch this. I feel awful. That wine must be really bad. Which barrel did you get it from?
The usual one. But you are feeling bad because I poured the contents of this bottle onto your beloved idol. Poison! I'm sorry it doesn't have a better flavor.
You did what? You... I feel sick.
How do you feel?
Bad, you damn Dominican. My arms and legs are becoming as stiff as a board.
Interesting. The poison was probably made from... what was its name? Datura, maybe. A plant that is also known as devil's grass, if I am not mistaken.
I can feel my heart slowing down. It's stopping.
This is also very interesting. It makes me think of a possible compound of poison based upon an extract of Amanita muscaria. You know, that red mushroom covered in little white spots? As lively as it is lethal. Come. Don't worry. You see this bottle? It holds the antidote.
Give it to me.
We are in a hurry, aren't we? Tell me what I want to know, and the bottle will be yours. There is a secret library, closed by a locked door, opened by a key. Where is the key?
Yes, you cursed monk. There is a library. And there is a key. I have it.
Very good. It is indeed true. In vino veritas. At last I have the key to the secret library. And here is your bottle.
It's empty.
Yes, unfortunately. I noticed that too, when I found it.
And so, you damned priest, you have poisoned me, knowing that there was no way out for me.
You wretched heretic! What did you expect? There is no other antidote for your sins than repentance, and that certainly cannot come from me.
May God damn you.
Key to the secret library. The guard's body is now lifeless. Perhaps I should rid myself of this blasphemer's corpse. A thick layer of limescale. Underneath there must be an opening mechanism that nobody has used for years. I must scrape it off, but I need a suitable tool. The body of this mercenary bastard must disappear. And quickly. Nobody must see him. These are the stairs leading to the secret library. It won't be easy. A veritable maze. Which contorted mind could have built this?
A bit of light every now and then can be useful.
The cross has leant over slightly. This is not a mosaic. It is a complex mechanism. I found all the hidden pieces, but I am still missing something to release the mechanism. Done! A strange stone. An altar with bas-reliefs of horrid animals and creatures, all leaning towards the statue of an angel. Wait a moment. Why doesn't it have a halo? These are not merely stone-carved figures. They are buttons. It seems that the slab in the center is in fact a door. I must find the correct sequence to open it. have released the mechanism. The angel turned out to be a demon. The person who built this altar clearly understood how often also the church hides the truth behind a veil of lies. The secret library is waiting for me. This altar is ornate and finely decorated. At the top, rich bas-reliefs and rosettes. Below, rich gold decorations portraying saints adorned with plaques and small relief decorations. In the center, a strange wooden statue. What meaning does a carved naked woman have in this setting? Six rosettes have been released, and the central column has moved. It seems that once released, every tiny gear releases another. I have released the mechanism. I was right. The woman in the center is the key to the puzzle. The statue of a saint. Under it, a small gem and a lock. To the sides, two closed doors. By pressing the small red gem, the two side doors opened. This is the real mechanism, far more complex than the previous ones. But I cannot stop now. The secret library is close at hand. I opened the lock, but the entrance is still closed. I must look around for more clues. The secret library is waiting for me. It seems that something is missing. The statue has a number of slots as big as a stone. I don't need it. Nothing. Nothing. It's pointless. A strange stone. I don't need it. Nothing. The secret library is waiting for me. A strange stone. It seems that something is missing. The statue has a number of slots as big as a stone. I felt the wall vibrate from the inside. Something a long way from this corridor has been released. It's too dark in here. I can hardly...
A bit of light every now and then.
Here it is. At last I have found the secret library. What a sight. Knowledge stored deep in the heart of stone, in Carcassonne. Here the forbidden books are kept, and I must find one. Homer's Eleusinian Mysteries.
With the librarian's books, which burn and merrily light up the library.
It is alarming how many studies have been done on subjects unworthy of true faith. However, I must find the Book of Eleusinian Mysteries. But there are too many books here. I must find a way of searching for it selectively. Red ink. Used over the years by the librarians of Carcassonne to mark the forbidden books. Here! To find the Eleusinian Mysteries, I must look for a book with a red spine, and ignore all the others.
The spine of this book is tinged with red, but it is not the one I am looking for. The spine of this book is tinged with red, but it is not the one I am looking for.
The spine of this book is tinged with red, but it is not the one I am looking for. The spine of this book is tinged with red, but it is not the one I am looking for. The spine of this book is tinged with red, but it is not the one I am looking for. The spine of this book is tinged with red, but it is not the one I am looking for. The spine of this book is tinged with red, but it is not the one I am looking for. The spine of this book is tinged with red, but it is not the one I am looking for. The spine of this book is tinged with red, but it is not the one I am looking for. Here are Homer's Eleusinian mysteries. At last I have found it! Hades, god of the underworld, abducts Persephone, and winter falls over the world. Then the rage of Demeter, the mother goddess. She becomes the infernal charioteer and descends into the underworld on a chariot drawn by 4 monstrous beasts. In her ranks were Diana and Medusa. Her fury was such that Hades agreed to a compromise. He agreed to free Persephone for 6 months of the year, and to restore spring and summer to the world. And thus the cycle of the seasons was born. The infernal charioteer is the fury of the mother goddess. Diana, the plague. It is all part of a single horrific plan. I am ready to go to Calcaris. But first, I must return to Vinay and demand what I must have by right.
Father Eymerich, I hoped you had left.
I could not leave without first asking you something.
Tell me.
You are a man of great wisdom. Surely you know the pagan legend of Demeter.
Nothing more than stupid, futile legends. I am surprised you waste your time with them.
You do wrong to be surprised, given that they correspond to the manifestation of Satan in Calcaris. Evil has chosen the form of the infernal charioteer, the mother goddess, descended to hell to save her daughter Persephone.
Be careful, Father Eymerich. Your readings of the forbidden books are corrupting you. One more word and you will be judged in the same manner as those you have always fought against.
And your threats are merely your hopeless defense. I wish you to draw up a deed in which you waiver all authority and control over my actions, and grant me full and absolute powers equal to your own. If you wish, I can dictate the text to you myself.
You are mad. Now go to Calcaris and...
I will go, but first you will do what I ask. Or are you so foolish as to think that I would not find out your true intentions?
How dare you?
Silence! I am talking now! Father Corona's disappearance is a mere pretext for sending me to Calcaris. The apparitions in the village are not merely hearsay among the foolish locals. The village is infested with demoniacal powers, which take the form of a spectral manifestation of the pagan goddess Demeter, as she is represented in Homer's forbidden books.
How do you know of Demeter?
It is my mission to discover the truth that lies under the veil of falsehood. You wanted to send me out among the wolves without sufficient information or instruments? When I reach that village, I shall do so with the greatest powers of the Holy Inquisition. Now, hand me the papal bulls ad abolendam, ut inquisitionis, and ad extirpandum, and prepare to write.
You bring me a copy of the papal bulls of the Inquisition, and a quill, inkpot, and sheet of parchment, and a hot wax.
We, Father Jean Vinet.
I know that part. There's no need for you to tell me who I am.
Very well. Here is the part you do not know. Grant you, Father Nicholas or Nicolaus Eymerich of Girona, of the Order of St. Dominic, full and unlimited powers of Inquisition in the whole region of the Languedoc, releasing you of all constraints of obedience to our authority.
Now I have no control over your conduct. You have achieved your aim.
My only aim is to defend the truth and to eradicate heresy. This seal could be useful to me. Hand it over.
It was given to me by the Holy Father himself. I do not know if...
The Holy Father will be pleased to know that such a high symbol of authority lies in the hands of a true defender of the faith.
Here, now leave.
You won't give me your blessing?
Brother, I still need you.
If I can, I would be pleased to be of help.
Tell me, the merchant you spoke of, the one that told you the tale of the demon of Calcaris, what was he like? How did he seem to you?
Well, a kind person, well dressed.
I don't care about that. I want to know how he was. Did he seem in good health?
No, he was not well. His face was the color of the earth, and, how can I say, he stank. Stank.
That is normal after 3 days traveling in the summer.
But he stank, not of sweat and dust.
Carry on. Tell me how he seemed to you.
He stank of death, Father. He stank of putrefaction. How can I describe it?
Did he stink of the plague?
That's right, Father. Exactly right. Of the plague. And he was not well. In fact, he asked if he could stay the night here with us.
Do you know where?
No. Oh, no. I only look after the stable. Try asking upstairs. I don't know.
It doesn't matter. You have in any case been of help to me for the second time. God bless you. That way he will remain dazed for longer.
I do not hand out absolution at random.
May the Lord sustain me in the fight against evil, and prevent the plague from blocking my path. May the fury of the Church crush the servants of Satan. The hour is nigh.
Stinking alley behind a mass of waste, probably used as a dump.
The flesh stiffens much quicker than with ordinary rigor mortis. She seems to have been mummified, while this one was disemboweled while still alive. The tongue is completely black, but it is not rotten or stained, rather dry. It looks like a piece of coal. The tongue is completely black, but it is not rotten or stained, rather dry. The flesh stiffens much quicker than with ordinary rigor mortis. She seems to have been mummified, while this one was disemboweled while still alive. To be the classic symptoms of the bubonic plague. They seem to be. Better make the effort to take a closer look. These pustules are full of... My God! Neither pus nor blood, but dust! Even the insects are staying out of the way of this corpse. This plague seems to repel all forms of life. The eyes seem crystallized, like round quartz stones. What awful disease is this kind of plague? The skin is not merely dry. It seems like a layer of encrusted stone. A curiously circular stone. Our Father who art in heaven, this is not a stone, it is a human ear. This plague attacks the tissue, turning it to stone. Only a demon could do such a thing! The remains of a human ribcage. Now food for mice and dogs. Evidently the dead are no longer even carried away. These human remains can stay where they are. A cross on a stone column, used in many villages, wrapped in black scrub. Almost an omen of the threat the church is under here. The well in the center of the village. The water has evaporated. Foul, sulphurous fumes are coming from the bottom. The door to the building with the portico. The innkeeper, an untidy woman with a suspicious, cautious air. My good woman, I know it is unusual for a man of the church to seek lodgings in an inn, but I have come a long way and must rest. Do you have any rooms?
Certainly, Father. And you can rest peacefully. My inn is a safe place.
The inn is safe? In what way? Is there something I should be afraid of?
Well, no, I meant...
Speak without fear. What were you referring to? To the plague, maybe?
Yes, that's it. The plague. We have had no victims round here. Nobody has ever died in my inn.
Nobody? Are you sure?
Not of the plague, Father. Also because...
Go on!
It's been months since we had any customers. Apart from the usual measly crowd. The plague has discouraged visitors round these parts.
No matter. It is fine. Later I may require a meal. What do you have?
Bread, wine, and something to go with it. Game and dried meat. I can also offer you an excellent beverage made from bitter yellow fruits that come from the south.
What is it? Lemon, perhaps?
That's right, Father. Lemonade. Excellent for balancing the humours of the body and for stopping excess defecation.
Diarrhea strikes those who eat more than they should. That is certainly not my case.
But Father, you should try it. It is a real...
I said I am not interested.
I am tired. I want to rest. Give me the key to my room.
If you wish, I can accompany...
I can find my room on my own.
A dirty rag. In this inn, cleanliness is the last of their worries. I am not in the habit of carrying out irresponsible actions. Impossible. The door is locked. Horrid roaches! I can't bear the thought of having them on me while I sleep. A hole in the wall. That's where those horrid beasts are coming from. A rag, filthy with dust and mouse droppings. But it can be soaked in something. On stick. Stick with rag.
It's pointless.
Go back to hell, you wretched beasts!
I cannot go behind the counter. The innkeeper wouldn't let me. The torch I took from near the fireplace in the inn. Ugh, wine. Or at least it was once. It has become vinegar. Stick with rag soaked in vinegar. The demon disguised as Demeter, the ghost of Diana at his side, and the plague, diabolic, killing in a far stranger manner than that used by our Lord to punish us for our sins. And my brother, Father Jacinto Corona, disappeared. The presence of Satan is mighty, and I am exhausted. Father, our Father, who art in heaven, blessed be thy name. Thy kingdom come.
Questa diabolica